What is up, Game Brigade family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a Kickstarter Roundup. Backer skip, I guess, is the real line of it. But we're going to be diving through a few different campaigns. I also be talking about some late pledge things that just kind of hit their late pledge availability. So we talk about that. We also have some board game adjacent stuff that you might be interested in. So stay tuned for that. Let's go. Before I pull this first project up, I do want to say that I'm going to be going to Dice Tower West this year. So if you are going to be in attendance, please let me know in the comment section down below. Bryan, we don't ever want to see you. No, seriously though, if you are going to be Dice Tower West, please leave me in the comment section down below. I'd love to see you guys. Love to play some board games with some of my viewers. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, let's hit the first campaign. So as I said, we're going to be talking about some late pledge stuff and some board game adjacent things. And the first thing I want to talk about is Season 4 Sleeve Kings has opened up their late pledge. I will have all the links to the campaigns down below for your guys' convenience. So if you are a person who is looking to fill out their board games with different types of sleeves, Sleeve Kings is one way you can do it. I have purchased Sleeve Kings before. I did Season 3. And I purchased the big one, like the 100 packs one. I still have sleeves from that campaign, but they're pretty low. So I'm picking up another one from here. And I should like caveat this, put a little asterisk on it. Sleeve King sleeves are very good for their micron count, for the price. But I don't use these sleeves anymore for the games that require a lot of shuffling. So like my deck building games or the games where I'm handling the cards a lot, which is kind of counterintuitive to what you would think sleeves would be used for. Only because I don't like the way the sleeves feel after a lot of use. They're still usable, but they just, to me, don't feel the way I personally want them to feel. I like a little firmer sleeve. Now, they do offer a premium sleeve. I'm not sure if that's available in this campaign or not, so don't quote me on it, but you can check those out. Those are closer to the 100 micron count. But anyways, this is an option if you are looking to get a wide variety of different sleeve counts. They even have bundles for specific games. So if you're like, I want Everdell or whatever, what's a game? Mosaic, Eclipse, I don't know. Like they have a pretty long list of, like, you can buy these bundles to outfit the games that you want, or you can do what I do. I usually do like 50 standard cards and then packs of like standard sleeves, and then 50 assorted of what I usually use the most of. So that's an option for you if you are looking for sleeves. The next thing I want to talk about is the Marvel United late pledge. Obviously the campaign just ended. Late pledge is available, so if you're a person who is still thinking about it or on the fence, this is where you're going to go to late pledge. You come in here, you can select the pledge you want to do, Multiverse, Herald, or Omniverse, pre-order your content, and then once the PM officially launches, then you can finish filling out your pledge manager with any additional add-ons or customizations as you would like, as well as see your finalized shipping information. So that's Marvel United. My thoughts on Marvel United, again, I mentioned I did not back this campaign, but I am very, very tempted to get the core box, because the value is so good. I could literally sell some of these exclusives for at least minimum 65, and then basically get a game for free, a core box game, that I could play with my daughter. So I'm still very much highly considering this, but I want to make sure you guys are aware. I don't think this is an investment. This is not like a way to make money or anything like that. This is just an idea that I want to do in terms of this specific campaign. So that's it. The next campaign I want to talk about, this is also board game adjacent, is Two Thin Coats Wave 2. Is got 23 hours left to go in their campaign. This is a campaign for those of you who are painters or who are looking to get into painting. Two Thin Coats is a guy that I used to watch when I was trying to learn how to do Warhammer painting. Really cool guy, has really good ways he teaches it, and he decided to do his own painting brand with inks that were very, very high quality, easy to apply, and he does them with these these selections where the paints are going to be within the same like family. So it's really interesting, and you can actually pick up. This is his second campaign. You can pick up the first campaign, which is a more traditional colors in here as well. But you can kind of see what you can kind of get. And here's the triad. This is what I was talking about. They do the three things. So you've got the Perisher pink, which is the shadow. Hot pink's the midtone. The neon pink, neo is the highlight. So you kind of have like the mid level, and then we're going to paint underneath and do the shadows, and then we'll use the neon pink to do the highlight. It really helps to take a lot of the work out if you're kind of new to the painting and not sure what kind of colors you use for certain types of highlights. I think that's kind of cool. It's an option for you if you're looking for that. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to head on to the actual campaigns now, some of the games that are available on crowdfunding, and give you my thoughts and opinions on them. The first one is The Search for Lost Species, and this is by Renegade Games. And this one is effectively a reimagining or reimplementation of Search for Planet X, which is a deduction-style game where you and the people that you're playing with are going to be using deduction and logic rules to identify the location of Planet X. And Planet X is in a circular grid. You're looking for them, for that planet. This one's going to be very similar, where you're going to be looking for a specific species of a lost species on this planet, on this island here. And you're going to have to use certain deduction rules to figure out where they're at here on the map. I love Search for Planet X. Now, when I say love, it's probably within like my top 40 to 30 games right now. Like, it's a good game. I enjoy playing it, and if people requested it, I'll always want to play it. So do I need a replacement? I don't know. I don't know if I need both of them, but if I don't have one, does this one provide more benefits? Well, the only thing that's really different to this one provides over Planet X is you have a different board. It's a little bit more unique, but you also got to have these different species right here, the lost species cards that you're going to be searching for. This is going to add a little bit more variety to the gameplay experience. So Planet X usually has one type of logic tool that it's set to, like it can't be next to gas giant planets or something according like that. I can't remember exactly, but these are very similar. But you're going to have 6 of them now, so they all have their own logic puzzles. It's going to give you a little bit more replayability or variety in your gameplay. So that's that. You know, you can pick this up if you want. It does appear that this game does not going to have any Kickstarter exclusives. I'm not sure about the retail availability. They do have a retailer pledge, so that means if your local retailer backs Kickstarters, they're going to have this, and the price will be pretty good. It comes in at $45 for this copy. But again, you could probably pick this up at retail, save yourself on shipping if you needed to, but there's no guarantee that your local store will have it. You can come down here and check the shipping. It's pretty economical, $10. I mean, that's actually what it would probably cost to ship this normally. So yeah, if you're looking for a cool deduction game, pretty good, pretty I don't want to say entry level, but it's pretty entry level. I mean, I would introduce anyone to Planet X if they were interested in playing a game. So there you go. The next one is Andromeda's Edge. Now, I did a should you back on this video. If you want to see that, we'll have the link down below to kind of give you my full in-depth thoughts about it. Andromeda's Edge, overall, though, has been pretty impressive for me. I've been surprised at the amount of people who like the Dwellings of Eldervale theming over Andromeda's Edge. I feel like Andromeda's Edge flushes out the theme a lot better to me. I feel like Dwellings theme was just really bright, really colorful, but not really, didn't really pull me into the world at all. And then you had these really big, stupid monsters running around. I personally thought the monsters were so stupid, especially the sound boxes. It didn't feel flavorful or real to me. This one really feels like they took that game, put a theme on it that plays a little bit better in terms of the gameplay. Like, it actually staples that theme into it more effectively. But yeah, that's my opinion. I think the game looks cool. I still am a believer that the deluxe edition has a bunch of the deluxe all-in one here on the side here has let me see if I can find it. Deluxe edition. Why is it doing this blue thing? I don't know why it's doing that. Let me reload this page and click Deluxe Edition. I think this Deluxe All-In is a good value, but I just don't like that it's adding stuff I don't give. Like, I don't care about these modular dice trays. I don't want them. But a la carting things is not very good value. So unfortunately, this is, in my opinion, the best value to get in terms of all the things. But then I also look at this retail edition. This retail edition is not a bad price. Like, for $70, you're getting the exact same game, and you're just replacing some of those miniatures and those deluxifications that we talked about. But these standees aren't that bad either. Like, I don't mind them. So I could actually see the standard edition being an okay buy in terms of, like, if you want to wait till retail or whatever. I don't think it's bad. I do think that this one makes the most sense for me, which kind of sucks because you're coming close to that $200. And I just hate spending so much money on a single board game. So there you go. The next one, I'm not at the top, Hero Realms Dungeon. Now, this is a deck building game. I love deck building games, and I've never played Hero Realms. I've not played any of the Realm games, in fact, but I hear pretty cool things about them, and I thought about maybe picking this one up. This one includes a dungeon system, so you're going to have like a cooperative section to it as well. And then they're having some of these different types of character packs you can pick up if you get higher pledge levels. The only thing is I'm not sure if I really need this game. I really want to dive into it more. It's also, there's a lot of content already out there for Hero Realms. Now, they do say that this is like a good starting point to get into it, but I'm not sure. And the art, when I was going through these arts, this art is very weird. And some of these look like these have to be real people. Like, maybe I'm just not aware, but this is probably a guy named Joseph, right? Like, these are real people. Like, that's a real girl. Who is that? Like, you can't tell me that. And I was coming down here, I'm like, this is some guy's face that they photoshopped. They gotta be. Who is that? So there you go. I don't know. I think the art's, it's not bad, but it's also like kind of like, you know, there's a term for when you see things that are like human but not quite human. It kind of makes your brain think for a second. Like, it's close to human, like close but a little off. I don't know. So that's Hero Realms. I'm digressing here. So, do I think Hero Realms is cool? Yes, I do. I think it's cool. I watched this video. It impressed me. But I'm not sure if I want to dive into it, especially at the pledge level that I'd want to do, which is this $99 one, because I'd want these extra packs. You know, I want to play the other characters. You know, the base pledge is probably the worst for me because you only get the 2 packs, the Barbarian and who is it? The Barbarian, someone else, Alchemist. You know, I don't know. That's that. So, Stone Saga. Now, this one, Stone Saga by Games. Stone Saga is one that, oh, look at that, 5,001 backers. There we go. Is one that I had a very hard time, like, understanding how do I explain this game to you guys. Like, it's so weird. It's an exploration, survival, campaign-ish game where you have to write out your instructions and stuff in the back of the box and onto a journal, and you might have rules that change based on what you've done. It's very ambitious, and I was actually, if I was thinking of like my most ambitious campaign, this might be it. But that's part of the course for Games. Their last game, Mythwin, was an incredibly ambitious project where it's like, we want to make something that no one has ever done before, and we want to see if we can make it work. That's cool. I give mad respects for someone who wants to try something new, and I feel like Stone Saga is very much in that realm. But Brandon, the owner of Games, did not develop this one. It's made by Max Brook and Luke Eddy, both of Star Wars, the miniature tabletop, and Legion. So two very acclaimed games. You've got designed by 2 guys who have made very, very good games. So there's definitely a pedigree behind this. In the reviews and the previews I've seen, like Jeremy Howard's, gives a lot of, like, you can tell they're liking it. But then you watch Alex's videos and he's kind of like, I don't know, it's cool, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if I'm willing to take a risk on this one, especially at the $99 for the core box. That's a hefty price for a game that, in my opinion, is so potentially not a good fit for me, that it's hard for me to recommend diving in for it. I feel like I need to see people who have played it and give some solid reviews, and not just from reviewers and content creators, but from like Board Game Geek users who have played through the whole campaign. Because the problem with being a content creator is it's very hard for us to play an entire campaign and then review it. We don't get to see how the game fully fleshes out, because the nature of the business is you have to keep moving and moving and moving to the next game. You try to get as much as you can from a specific title before you move on, but it's impossible with a campaign game. You just literally can't. So I like to be able to see Board Game Geek people who are in the Board Game Geek forum for a specific title. They're pretty hyped about a game, so you can actually get some really good insights into a title, more so than sometimes just a content creator. So this is a title that for me, I would rather wait, and most likely it's not going to be available at retail. So this would probably be one I'd have to pick up secondhand, and that might be the risk. And because of that, I'm probably never going to play Stone Saga, because I'm not going to be willing to take a risk on a game that's so ambitious. I'm not sure if it's going to be a full-fledged, good game. There are a lot of elements to this game that also reminded me of Tainted Grail. So, do you play this, or do you go with the new Tainted Grail, the Fall of, what is the name of it? I can't remember it. I can't remember the name of it. I was going to say Fall of Avalon, but I think that's the first one. Anyways, there's other systems that are similar. So do I take a jump on that one, or do I on ones that are kind of more known quantities, or do you take a risk in here? I'm not sure. I'll leave that one to you guys. The final one I want to talk about is Homeworld Fleet Command. This is my Modifice, I believe is how you pronounce it, and Gearbox. This one is interesting. I played Homeworld as a kid. I remember it was one of my favorite games back in 2005 maybe. And one of the things I loved is when they're flying, they have the lasers of their jet engines. These jet engines, when they would fly, was the coolest thing for me to see in space. So how does this implement that game into a tabletop space? Well, it's going to be doing basically an epic space battle game. There's some different types of scenarios and things you're going to be implementing it with. But really, this is a pure skirmish game. So if you're looking for a skirmish title, this might be good for you. But it also seems like a lesser down version of a game like Armada, Star Wars Armada, which I love, but doesn't have, unfortunately, the as much support anymore from Fantasy Flight Games or Atomic Games. I'm not sure who runs that game now. But yeah, Homeworld looks good, but I'm not sure. It looks like a dumbed down version or a lesser version of other titles that are just skirmish games. So again, another one that I'm probably skipping most likely, even though this has a lot of Kickstarter exclusives. They do mention this will have a retail availability. It's an IP game. It's going to be retail, but they're going to be having it's going to be a much more lesser down. It's not going to have as many ships. Not going to have as much stuff available to it, but it's also going to be like a quarter of the price. So take that as you will. We're going to leave that there then. This was a quick video, just kind of going over some campaigns, giving you guys some random thoughts, quick thoughts, looking at the games, giving you my impression, also offering some late pledge information if those are games that you might be interested in. Let me know in the comment section down below. Again, if you're going to be going to Dice Tower West, I'd love to see you guys there. Please let me know what days you're going to be there, or we can potentially hook up and connect, maybe get a bite to eat. There's a place down, a burger place, probably so far from the convention. That's the problem. The Rio, where this is staying, is so far from the strip, so I don't really know anything in that area. Plus, transportation kind of sucks. But there's a place, burger place, near the Aria. Oh, it's so good. I always have to go there at least once. We'll figure it out. Or In-N-Out. It's got In-N-Out down there too in Vegas. We don't have that in Idaho. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.